Together with the Italian neurologist Pasquale Montagna, who has worked on other cases of fatal familial insomnia, Joyce Schenkane wrote an article about it in the hope of drawing the attention of other specialists to fight against this disease. In the case of the Venetian family, progress has been made, leaving us cautiously optimistic. Recently, scientists announced the start of clinical trials. Researchers believe that they have found a medicine that can prevent, or at least slow down, the formation of poisonous prions. Scientists want to find out how effective this medicine is in preventing fatal insomnia in people who are genetically predisposed to it. At least now we can say that we are able to influence at least something, notes Pietro Cortelli, emphasizing, however, that far-reaching conclusions cannot be made yet. It is not yet clear whether those methods can help all patients. The onset of the disease can probably be delayed or even prevented, says Gianluigi Forloni of the Institute of Pharmacological Research in Milan. In order to organize reliable clinical trials and at the same time not wound families with a fatal gene susceptibility, a number of measures had to be taken. First, the scientists performed genetic testing on all relatives in the Venetian family to find out which of them had the mutation and who, therefore, should be given the drug. Of these people, they selected 10 people aged 42 to 52 who are at risk of developing the disease in the next 10 years. It turned out that many of the potential test persons do not want to know the test results. Even with the hope of a new drug, such knowledge would darken their lives. Therefore, the scientists did not tell anyone the results. Instead, they additionally selected 15 more relatives without a mutation in order to give placebo doses to them as well. Thus, the test persons have no opportunity to find out which of them is under real threat. While the medicine may give people new hope, attitude towards these clinical trials is mixed. But regardless of participation in the experiment, uncertainty will still accompany the Venetian Sovano family. Therefore, it is not hard to see why its members are willing to take the risk of trying out a new drug. It is some chance to get rid of the death sentence that has been written into their genes for centuries. Sovano's niece once told how she sneaked into her mother's bedroom at night to make sure she was sleeping and not hiding the first signs of insomnia. According to her, she was a spy in her own house. If the cure works, it will put an end to this nightmare and give rise to a new future where you are not afraid that your next sleep is your last one. Probably each of us at least once in our lives experienced the syndrome of insomnia and felt all the accoutrements of a sleepless night. It is quite possible to independently deal with insomnia, which occurred for the first time or happens from time to time. First, you need to get rid of the factors that prevent you from falling asleep. For this purpose, turn off the TV or computer monitor. Curtain the window if the light of lanterns or the moon penetrates through it. It is difficult to fall asleep in a stuffy and hot room. Therefore, if the question arose of how to fall asleep with insomnia, you need to open a window for ventilation, reduce the heat supply in heating radiators. For a while, you can go for an unhurried walk in the fresh air. After returning home, drink a glass of warm milk or herbal tea. This is an old method that has proven effective for mild disorders. Milk contains substances with which melatonin is produced. This is a hormone of the pineal gland that regulates rhythms, changes in sleep and wakefulness states, controls the functioning of the immune and endocrine systems. Reading helps you fall asleep quickly. However, for it, you need to choose not an exciting detective story, but literature with a calming effect, which usually causes drowsiness. If these methods did not help to fall asleep, the disorder persists and disturbs regularly, examination and consultation with a doctor are necessary. In order not to have to look for ways to treat insomnia, it is necessary to take preventive measures. It is necessary to try to go to bed no later than 2300. At this time, the adrenal glands begin to produce the sleep hormone actively. In the case of systemic disorders, an endocrine profile hormonal disorder occurs, and a person may develop systemic fatigue syndrome. Daytime naps don't interfere with sleep at night, but if they replace night rest, this will provoke the development of insomnia. The ideal period for rest is from 12 noon to 3 p.m. when people experience a natural decline in energy. 20 to 30 minutes of sleep is enough. Sleeping in the evening is primarily harmful to those who suffer from insomnia and have difficulties getting up in the morning. In addition, naps in the evening disrupt natural biorhythms. Morning rise is also included in the prevention of insomnia. You need to try to get up at the same time and do exercises to improve your tone. To avoid disrupting the sleep reflex, it is advisable not to use the bed for anything other than its intended purpose. You should only lie in it when you feel sleepy and not stay too long to eat, read, or watch a movie. Right posture will also help you sleep well. The most useful is sleeping on the left side when the symptoms of gastrointestinal and cardiovascular diseases, as well as sleep apnea, are smoothed out. It is especially recommended for pregnant women and people with snoring. If you put a thin pillow between your knees, you can relieve your legs and back tension. Pregnant women use this trick often, and they know a lot about devices to alleviate their physical condition. In the modern world of gadgets and screens, where billions of people suffer from insomnia, the usual sound sleep has become something of a luxury for which people are willing to pay very solid money. In the U.S., about a third of adults suffer from occasional insomnia, and 1 in 10 tosses and turn from insomnia 3 nights a week. Experts estimate that insomnia is responsible for approximately $63 billion in lost productivity in the United States each year and up to $300 billion worldwide. The good news for sleep-deprived people is that thousands of startups have sprung up in recent years to develop their own sleep aids. 10 years ago, only sleeping pills were an option. But today, medicines make up only 65% of the market. Now, there has been an explosion of other types of products designed to make people fall asleep more easily and for a longer period. At first, many of these sleep tools were tech gadgets, including trackers, tons of apps, special lights, and background noise devices. But recently, the trend has shifted towards low-tech products. Weighted throws, blackout curtains, temperature-controlled duvets, and pillows with built-in hoods that block out light and keep your head warm. For example, scientists have known for decades that feeling pressure throughout the body increases levels of the happiness hormone serotonin and the sleep hormone melatonin while lowering cortisol, the stress hormone. Weighted blankets were first used in 1999 to help patients with acute psychological problems. They increased their sense of security. Later, they were used to help people with autism and post-traumatic stress disorder. Now, a lot of people want to get such an assistant for sleep. Other companies are experimenting with developing more advanced sleep masks. Among them is a startup that sells pillows that cover the entire head, blocking light and sound. Who wouldn't want to fall asleep faster, sleep better, and wake up refreshed? Considering how much sleep affects the quality of life, it's no surprise that consumers are willing to shell out big bucks for these products. People spend 10 to 20 times more money on orthopedic mattresses, pillows, and other specific products, perceiving it as an investment. They expect that later, if they sleep better, they will be able to work more productively and cover their expenses. Good sleep is a priceless thing for many. Now, according to PS Market Research, North America dominates the sleep aid market. In second place is Germany. In third, Japan. In its report, the firm says that this situation is due to 2 factors: the growing incidence of sleep disorders and increased awareness of sleep disorders and sleep hygiene. Every year in March, on the Friday before the vernal equinox, World Sleep Day is held by the World Association of Sleep Medicine at the initiative of the World Sleep Day Committee. In 2023, it will be celebrated on the 17th of March. World Sleep Day aims to promote the benefits of proper and healthy sleep, draw public attention to the problem of sleep and its medical, educational, and social aspects, as well as the prevention and management of sleep disorders. Sincerely yours, Dr. Popmed.